only to be praised for everything good. But we got to get real with ourselves. It starts with just being honest with ourselves, friends. Because if we're not being honest with ourselves, who are we being honest with? We got to get some substance. Our values have to be right. We have to love people, your brothers and sisters, better men and women than us, far more than we love money. Then we could see the forest for the trees. Because right now we're not. We're not. There's widespread delusion. It's like Christ predicted. He said it's here we're at the precipice, I believe, of the return of Christ. As bizarre as that might sound, but I'm not alone in believing that. And Christ said it's going to be like in the days of Noah. How was it? Debauchery everywhere. People didn't care about God's opinion. No. They just cared about having fun, enjoying their lives. And they were delusional. Delusional. Did they see destruction was just staring them in the face? Did they see what was coming? They didn't. No, they weren't paying attention. They were caught with their pants down, caught off guard. And destruction came quickly. And God has the right to do that. Since we're his property, it's like a potter, a biological potter. That says, that's it, man. You're just not worth saving. Read the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, it's just, hey, well, I just can't. You see it? There's no people, they forget that they're not their own property. You don't own yourself unless you created yourself. And what does any human know about creating a human being? About creating the brain? How many times a day do you use that thing? Do you thank God each and every time? Each and every breath of air? Each and every heartbeat? For your five senses? Everything you've ever enjoyed or ever will enjoy? Do you thank God for all those things? The little things throughout the day. If you look for them, you'll find them everywhere to be grateful for and to thank God for. But then you'll see, man, you'll see how lucky you are, how blessed, fortunate, whatever you want to call it. And you'll look around you and you'll see others that feel anything but lucky, blessed, or fortunate. And your heart's going to grieve just like mine. And that's what they need to do. And we need to be outspoken in behalf of others. They're having a far harder time than us. And it's all from artificial suffering that's invented by these people. Inorganic, unnatural. That's the stuff that I complain about. That's my grievance, friends, and I hope it's yours too, because I'm just trying to be happy, but I know we can't be happy if my heart is wrong with God. And I tell you what, man, I mean, you know, it's easy to be evil. It's easy to love money. We're all money lovers. Unless you're a liar, you're a money lover. And the trick is to confess it to God, to be forgiven, and then go out and at least pay tithe. The poor, the worst thing that can happen to poor people is that they're prevented from paying a tithe, and that's what's happening now. They're charging so much, they just got that stranglehold on people. You better pay, you got to get welfare. Maybe there's no welfare left, I don't know, it's pretty tricky. Fill out the form, see if you qualify. Better tell them everything, or else, hey, you know what, you're lying, it's a crime, and you might go to jail for that. Good luck. Fear-driven. People are forced to be liars and cheaters like their masters, being rendered in the image and likeness of them. Fear. Very real, visceral, palpable, fear-driven. Money has everything to do with it. Everything. And do you think these people want us set free, financially free, everybody? No, they want it to be a privilege, selectively. The senators, yes. Congress, yes. The executive. We got to make certain people happy in society. The newscasters have to make a good seller, or else they're, not going to tote the line. And hey, you know what? We got to support the. Hey, you know what? You should have done what I did, or do what I do. I make lots of money doing this. Is that the way it works, really? So we can all do that. Let's say we all want to be landlords. Can we all do that? How does that work? Who's the tenant then if we're all landlords? You understand the BS, the wanton BS that's everywhere that we're told, just accept it. This is the norm. Don't question it. Somehow it all makes sense. Just believe us. Just believe us, senators and Congress people, and believe the president. Believe us. These are the priests, the high priests that control all the law enforcement agencies. They decide, even though we all know it's arbitrary, capricious, and constantly changing, all the laws. Just believe us. Just we trust the Federal Reserve. Just believe us. It all makes sense. Inflation, yes, that makes sense. Believe us. Hey, if they're selling less of something, we got to charge more. You understand, right? That's capitalism. It's like the opposite. That's anti-capitalism. Anti-capitalism, friends. Do you understand? The last thing they want is for you to figure that out. Your money's supposed to go up in worth, not down. Just look at supply and demand. I mean, it's as simple as that. Understanding, well, if now we could supply way more than we could ever use of this or that or the next thing, then we want it dirt cheap, right? Because it belongs to everybody. This technology is an accumulation over the ages. No man could claim credit for all this technology. The automation, the robotics, the industrial age in full swing. We want it dirt cheap. We want houses dirt cheap. We got robots that can build the damn things now. Just turn it on, let it build. You think they want you to figure that out, that everything should be dirt cheap? Especially our essential human needs. Dirt cheap. We want them dirt cheap. Food, shelter, energy needs, potable water. Dirt cheap. Is it? Has it gone the opposite way? That's how they have normalized slavery, friends, in a nutshell. That's my complaint. That's my grievance. And it should be yours too. Because we can't be happy until we please our parents. They are the grantors of happiness. Who are our parents? God Almighty. That's it. Little children can understand this. I just want fairness. That's all I'm asking for. And that's, you're radical. Fairness. Oh, what are you, a communist? Or you're a Marxist? Or egalitarian. Get away from me, you Marxist, communist. You want fairness, equality. Oh, my God. We're never having fairness. We're never going to have that. Stupid. You pipe dreamer. Right, that's the attitude that prevails. I'm important. That's why I make what I make. I'm very successful. Everything to do with money, very narrowly defined, right? You can't call yourself successful unless you're able to make gobs of dough, right? It's sick. I say, well, at birth, it's God's planet. We're God's equally beloved children. Why not at birth just divvy out the earth's resources? We'll have no need for money, would we? Because it'd be established from birth that we're all very wealthy. So, where's the game here? Where's the challenge? Who can get an advantage over? There's no way, no possible. You think evil men is that music to their ears? Would they like that reality? Yet that's what I hear loud and clear from God. That's the reality we got to get ready for. If we want to be in the world of tomorrow, when Jesus Christ is ruling over the affairs of men on earth, when it's reclaimed, and for evil men and women, it would be hell if they couldn't have a vast advantage over the commoners. Oh my God. The plebs, right? Oh my God, that'd be hell. That they just had to be a regular person, just be rich like everybody else, have equality, have fairness. Oh, heavens to Betsy, that'd be a terrible reality. What would I do? You see, we have an instinct to serve. If the world's handed to a normal person on a silver platter from birth, you've got a drive to give back. That's what's normal. It's unnatural to say, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to drink mojitos and sit on the beach in the Bahamas day in and day out. Yeah, boring that would get. If we couldn't serve each other, yet we wouldn't be fulfilling a basic need, an instinct we have to give of our talents, our abilities, to be appreciated. That's what's normal. Work is normal. We want to. We just want to make it better. That's our drive. We're imaginative. We're creative. We want better. We want more comfort. Right here I'm holding a little electronic hand warmer. Very nice. It feels very good in my hands. See, that's the kind of technology we like. Simple things, creature comforts. Things that bug us organically, we'd like to bug us less. Right? When we used to have to walk vast distances or get on a horse and carriage, okay, we came up with cars to travel, make it easier, and airplanes, trains, modes of transportation to make it better, easier. We found ways to heat and cool our houses without stinky making fires and crap, right? We could have perpetual energy. There's no, of course we could. They're coming up with stuff all the time. The hydrogen cell, like the size of a, I don't know, maybe like a small washing machine, that you can make all the energy you need. Have your house be completely energy independent. It's based on hydrogen energy. Yeah, turning a small turbine or something. I don't know how it works, but you can imagine that technology existed for some time. But do you think that's music to the ears of your electric company? All those well-paying jobs and solving problems too. I mean, could you imagine if there was no more homelessness? All those agencies at HUD, the Section 8, the Housing Authority, they'd shut their doors. You understand? What if crime started drying up? Because the biggest driver of crime is financial desperation, costing the taxpayers $100,000 a year. That's what we pay for criminals. But if you don't want to be a criminal, no soup for you. Nothing. We got nothing. So if crime started drying up, just imagine all the agencies that would be rendered irrelevant. That's people's paychecks, well-paying jobs. Could you imagine that? All the small claims courts shut down because nobody cared. Nobody was burning anybody because nobody cared about money anymore. That's what could happen naturally, gradually, organically, but evil men will not let it happen. JFK was assassinated because he was an idealist. He was an egalitarian. He was a good American, and he understood a little something about capitalism and economic principles and fairness. And your money would have gone up in worth gradually. And evil men do not want you to ever think that could ever happen under any scenario. And they'll do everything they can to prevent that. This is what shipping in all the immigrants has to do. I mean, they're putting a demand on everything from toilet paper to housing, right? And remember, they're not going homeless. How is it that they're not going homeless? That's what I don't understand. Why aren't there massive immigrant camps set up all over this country? And we do it on a first come, first served basis. If you're a native born American, then you're at the top of the list of getting housing. Is it worked out? It's like nothing is fair. Nothing. And I'm crazy, I'm radical for being vociferous about this. We should all be. You should be ashamed if you're not vociferous. Bitch and moan, complain to everybody that'll hear you until this problem is fixed. Because God won't let us be happy. Individually or collectively, we're all in this thing together. We're stuck on this ship of fools careening to destruction together. And I'm going to speak out loud and clear to anybody that'll listen to me and beg and plead, implore you to do the same. For crying out loud, we're pissing off God. I mean, and it ain't going away, man. We gotta fix it, fix it, fix it. Tell evil men what's what. We ain't taking injustice anymore. Has nothing to do with us. We might be financially well heeled, doing great. But if you don't care about the least of men, you're nobody, man. You got no substance. How are you going to stand before God on the day of reckoning and give account for that? Thinking you could live your life and divorce yourself, neglect the needs of the downtrodden. Better men and women than you? Yes. Have you met them all? How do you know they're not? You see the problem we got? And if we're pissing off God, you think he's going to allow us to be happy? You can allow me to be happy on my own? Just because I've got the virtue and all this crap? No. Give a crap, man. We're in this together. He said, fix it, work it out. Get together, convince people that we're one family. We're brothers and sisters. And what hurts you hurts me in a very real, tangible, visceral, palpable way. So we've got to fix it, fix it, fix it. This is absurd. We got a glut of housing in this country. Yeah, I said a glut of housing. Just like we have a glut of diamonds. You wouldn't know it, would you? Would you? Because groups of individuals colluding together buy everything up and regulate them on their terms. And when they think they can get a lot like they think they can get for diamonds and housing,